Okay, back for round three. This hand, I think, is a little too slow. If we're against an aggro deck, we're just gonna die. Against a control deck, it's fine, but I think it's a little too risky to keep at this point. So we're gonna mulligan. This hand is a lot better. Alright, Temple of Mystery. That's interesting. You don't see that land very often. Um, in my experience, that usually means either uh, mono black splash green, and they splash the green off of Temple of Mystery because they can also cast Nightveil Spectre off it. So we're going to play the Scholar Shrine tapped. The other option is actually just blue-green flash, which is a not very popular deck, but it's still a decent deck. It won a PTQ in Brazil um, maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Blue, okay. So yeah, this is probably looking like a blue-green flash. We're going to play this untapped land, keep up our remove spells, and no play. Interesting. Maybe I'm just way out in left field here. They usually have a decent amount of 2-drops with a Shamble Shark and Skylasher. And Resource Charms. Well, that's pretty good. We're going to play this tapped. We'd rather keep up our Dissolves for a little bit later in the game. And still no play. I guess if he didn't have a 2-drop last turn, he probably didn't have on that turn, so we're going to be expecting to play this turn though. So most of the creatures in that deck, if I recall right, are 4 Shamble Shark, 4 Skylasher, and 4 Horizon Chimera, and 4 Boon Satyrs to go along with the Mutavaults. So he's got plenty of temples here. We're fine with him playing tap lands. We're happy to go to the late game. And he plays nothing, so we're quite happy to just cycle this Azorius Charm. And we hit our 4th land drop. And here we're just going to keep passing. I'm kind of expecting a Boon Satyr here. If not, we'll have wasted this time to play Jace, but nothing. Well, I have no idea what's going on then. 5 mana. He's just not playing anything. So that means we're going to see what's going on. That was actually a very good draw. The only better draw than that would probably have been a land. Alright, so it's not exactly what I thought it was. This is definitely some kind of brew. Mystic Genesis and Mistcutter Hydra. So here we have a way to deal with the Hydra in Devour Flesh, and oh, this is interesting. I think we're gonna just take the Mystic Genesis. Yeah, we're gonna take the Mystic Genesis. If he decides to play Boon Satyr at the end of turn, we're gonna have to counter it. And that way, if he does play Mistcutter, we can Devour Flesh it. So that is our long-term plan. Important to note, this End Scatter is almost completely dead against us. We only have 2 Blood Barons in the main deck, so we'll have to make sure we remember this. But it's looking like Mystic Genesis is going to be the pick. And we're just going to pass here. I'd be surprised if he didn't run out this Boon Satyr. And here it is. Alright, so we're going to counter that. Hopefully find a land on top. Supreme Verdict. Despite wanting a land, we're going to keep this on top. This deals with Prognostic Sphinx if he decides to run it out. And it also deals with Mistcutter Hydra, depending on which one he's going for here. Prognostic Sphinx. Alright, that's fine. A little unfortunate that we're not going to have our 5th land, but I'm fine with just using Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I think we're going to Supreme Verdict since Devour Flesh. I think we're going to Devour Flesh here. It's possible that he plays a Mistcutter and another creature, all in the same turn. So this just makes our Wrath a little bit better. Obviously, if he plays a small creature, that makes it a lot better for Last Breath also. We keep up 2 mana here. So, Witch Stalker, that's fine. He just passes. Alright, so what are the cards that we know he has? We know he has Essence Scatter and Mistcutter Hydra. And that's a land. So we're going to play a Jace here. We can't counter the Mistcutter, so no matter what happens, he's going to be able to hit us with it. Oh, did he draw a counter? He did draw a counter. Alright, so we know both of his cards. We cannot pay for it. We're going to play this Skull Shrine tapped. And best case scenario, he taps out, hits us for a lot, and we just Supreme Verdict. So right now he could Mistcutter us for 5. That's fine. Decides not to. So this guy's playing pretty disciplined. We know 2 out of 3 of his cards. 5, that's not going to do it, so I think we can just rev on our own turn. That'll bring us up to 17. Hopefully hit our land drops. If he hit another counter, so that would be a little unfortunate, but he did not. So we hit our 6th land drop, and next turn either we're going to Wrath or play an Elspeth. Either one is very good for us. Another rev. Alright, so we're going to run this Elspeth out there. Elspeth very good against Mistcutter Hydra. Run a +1. And pass turn. This is an interesting build. Skylasher, yeah, okay. That's fine. Or Elspeth should be able to survive here. I don't know if there's many cards that give Trample in blue and green. I know Silesian Charm gets +2/+2 in Trample. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but nothing has Trample as of yet. Opportunity, that's a good draw from him. He goes up to 6 cards. But we do have an Elspeth. And a Wrath. So here, we're just going to plus again. What we could do is play Jace and hope to hit an untapped blue source to leave Dissolve up. But I think we just want to leave it up, just to make sure. What are the really problematic cards that you could play? Would be Cyclonic Rift would be a very bad card for us to see. Is Cyclonic Rift that bad? He would hit us for 5. We would just play our Elspeth again. Yeah, I think we're fine with the Jace. And we'll play this. And we're gonna minus. we'll definitely be taking 2 for an untapped land, but we do not hit it. So here we're just going to take the lands. We really don't want to miss our land drops, so we're going to play this blue tapped land, scry, and we can put that on the bottom. Alright, so we don't have Dissolve up, but at least we do have our Last Breath. This does not trigger Witch Stalker, incidentally, and we're definitely going to be taking out this Mutable if he decides to activate it. So he has Cyclonic Rift mana. I would not be overly surprised to see him Rift, but all in all, he doesn't really get any value from it. So we're just going to keep plussing our Elspeth. At this point, we can plus our Jace also. And no need to play this untapped land, so we're just going to play this Temple. Another Elspeth, that's fine. If he does find a way to kill our Elspeth, we'll have our backup. Shuttle Shark is fine. So it appears he is playing this blue-green flash. Skylasher is also fine. He gets an evolve trigger. And Skylasher. Yep. You have all the flash guys. So the only card here that we really care about is the Cyclonic Rift, which it would appear that he's casting. And that is not happening. You are dead. And there it is. Alright, so Blue-Green Flash, I'm expecting is a pretty tough matchup. It seems like he had a pretty bad draw that game. We're definitely going to be bringing in these Doom Blades. I feel like Sting Collector is going to be pretty good, just because they're bringing in some counter magic. And then, do we want any negates? Fiendslayer Paladins don't seem great. Aetherling either. Elixir, Trading Post. No, I think we're fine. Cuts will be Blood Baron doesn't seem that great. Blue and green are not black and white. In general, he's going to be bigger than his creatures, but I think he might be a little slow. We really want to be winning the game with Elspeth. Verdict, Syncopate's fine. We want to cut this Azorius Charm. It's just a little slow. Detention Sphere. I'm pretty sure they're bringing in Bidance, so we want to keep this in. Syncopate's probably not very good. And one more cut. I haven't played against this deck very often, so subboarding seems a little tough. Maybe we'll just try 2 Sing Collectors, and this way we're hedging a little bit in every direction. So that's going to be our sideboard plan for game 2. We're up a game, and we're going to be looking to close this out in a quick 2 games. So we'll see you when we come back.